Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create a heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
Kim know all his deepest secrets. You understand?
You know, when we look at the passing details of Heavy D, Andre Harrell, and Kim Porter, it's hard not to wonder if there's something more going on. Heavy D was found face down, supposedly from a heart attack. Andre Harrell also had a heart attack. And Kim Porter's reason for her passing was reported as pneumonia, which many, including Al B. Sure, find suspicious. Al B. Sure and Kim Porter, who were not just colleagues, but also supposedly married with a son named Quincy, add another layer of mystery. It's interesting to note that despite the close connection, Diddy himself hasn't faced any similar situations. Now, after the recent allegations involving Cassie and Diddy, people are speaking up, and Al B. Sure is among them. He seems pretty convinced that Kim's passing wasn't just because of pneumonia. In fact, he's been quite vocal about suspecting foul play. It's a curious situation, especially considering their history together. So, what did Al B. Sure spill about Kim's passing? Does this suggest a deeper history of mistreatment by Diddy towards women? Well, you don't want to miss out on the details. Make sure to stick around until the end, because what we're about to share is genuinely mind-blowing.
Kim probably told all that shit in her book. You understand? That up and got missing the day she died.
You've likely heard about the legal issues between Diddy and Cassie, right? Well, Cassie made some troubling statements in her lawsuit about the difficult experiences she had with Diddy. She mentioned feeling unsafe in her own home, facing physical harm, and going through really distressing situations. These aren't the kinds of things that you expect someone to change overnight. In the lawsuit, she talked about instances where she felt pressured into certain actions and had to endure uncomfortable situations. Even though Diddy has already settled this lawsuit, Cassie has opened up old wounds, bringing forth additional allegations about other things Diddy has done, including the passing of Kim Porter. Just as I mentioned earlier, Al B. Sure is quite convinced that Kim didn't succumb to pneumonia. He's been outspoken about his suspicion of foul play, dropping hints that have caught the attention of many. In November 2021, he made a claim that added another layer to the mystery surrounding Kim's passing. According to Al B. Sure, in the time leading up to her D, Kim seemed to be running from someone or something. This revelation prompted Al B. Sure to suggest reaching out to the FBI for help. However, in a curious move, he later edited the post, removing any mention of the FBI and instead stating that Kim was running a marathon. It's not the first time he subtly implied that things weren't adding up in the narrative surrounding Kim's demise. Delving into the details, Al B. Sure vividly recalled the moment he got the news of Kim's passing. Expressing disbelief, he made it clear that he found it hard to believe she would suddenly check out due to pneumonia. Taking a bold step, he risked stirring trouble by tagging Diddy in a post, hinting that Diddy might bear some responsibility for what transpired. Al B. Sure emphasized that Kim was in excellent health, emphasizing the recent celebrations of their son Quincy's achievements with Netflix, saying, "I do know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some BS. Really? This is where I get in trouble. We just celebrated our son Quincy's new deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was in fantastic health, as well as laughing, seeing me, and Diddy's mutual exchange at the theater. I'm going to leave it here." Now, what adds another layer of intrigue is the commonality shared among Kim, Andre Harrell, and Heavy D before their untimely departure. Each of them was engaged in a creative endeavor. Andre was in the process of writing a book. Heavy D was actively working on a book, and Al B. Sure was crafting a documentary about his life before he went into a coma. And interestingly, Kim was also immersed in writing a book before her passing.
Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma.
It seems like Diddy did everything in his power to stop the book by Kim Porter from being published. He pressured everyone involved in making the book happen, effectively keeping it off the shelves. What's interesting is that this book was supposed to reveal some pretty surprising things, including how Kim protected Al B. Sure from running into Diddy and warned him about certain places. Al B. Sure probably figured out that Kim was avoiding Diddy for a reason, perhaps because she knew some of Diddy's deepest secrets. Now, when it comes to what Kim knew about Diddy, it looks like she was in the loop. She even approached Andre Harrell to find out if there was something more than a business relationship between him and Diddy. She had suspicions and was disappointed when Andre denied it. Reportedly, Kim had security footage of them together, and it wasn't just limited to Andre. There were claims that she had footage of Diddy with other men coming in and out of the Uptown offices. Kim's actions weren't just about avoiding Diddy. She apparently had video evidence of undisclosed activities. It goes beyond just footage of Diddy keeping things on the down low. The book supposedly goes into graphic details, including instances of Diddy mistreating her. It covers a range of challenges Kim faced, from her house being wired to phone lines being tapped. Shockingly, it even touches on Diddy wanting full custody of the twins and Kim threatening to expose him if he tried to take her kids away. The book, if it ever comes out, could reveal a lot about what happened behind closed doors. There have been actual reports circulating for quite some time suggesting that Kim Porter's family is exploring legal options and contemplating slapping Diddy with a wrongful passing lawsuit. The family, devastated by Kim's untimely demise, firmly believes that her passing wasn't a result of natural causes. According to their claims, there is concrete physical evidence supporting their case. This development adds another layer to the narrative surrounding Kim's passing, challenging the initial belief that she peacefully passed away in her sleep due to pneumonia. The emerging exposé suggests a more complex and troubling scenario. Contrary to the notion of a serene departure, it's alleged that there were unsettling signs. Blood was reportedly found on Kim's pillowcase, accompanied by a faint trail leading from the bathroom floor to the bedroom. The circumstances surrounding the discovery of Kim's unresponsive state, supposedly in her bed, raise questions about the events leading up to her tragic end. Some even speculate that she may have been strategically placed in her bed. The original coroner who conducted the initial autopsy on Kim reportedly suspected foul play, pointing to a concerning level of a certain toxin found in her system. Adding to the intrigue, reports suggest that Kim's last call was to 911 at 2:43 a.m., and she was found the next morning at 11 a.m. This timeline raises eyebrows and adds a layer of mystery to the circumstances surrounding her demise. There are also allegations that Diddy, in an attempt to control the narrative and relationships, kept the twins from having a connection with Kim's family in Georgia and isolated them from any communication. Recent legal actions against Diddy contribute to the growing speculation. A former nanny to the twins filed a wrongful termination lawsuit against Diddy, claiming that her employment was terminated after she informed him of her pregnancy. Diddy's representatives reportedly asserted that she had set a bad example for his daughters by being pregnant and unmarried. However, the nanny alleges that her contract was terminated because she was getting too close to the twins, who started sharing information about their mother. This has led to suspicions about the authenticity of the details provided, with the nanny even recommending that the twins consult a specialist. Despite claims that Al B. Sure's statements about Kim's passing were merely seeking attention, there is a growing sentiment that there might be some validity to his concerns. One fan commented saying, "I do not think that Kim was running from Diddy, but believe that he was controlling and she felt trapped. Also, do not understand the circumstances around her demise. Either there was malpractice or she was poisoned." Another one replied, "But yet police never arrest him. Nobody is that good in dropping bodies and still living their best life. No police investigation into or wrongful passing suits? And if he did all this to people he love and care about, then why hasn't he did anything about everyone reporting stories, LOL." It's hard to overlook the patterns that seems to emerge. Significant individuals associated with Diddy facing untimely fates, while Diddy remains untouched. The question arises, was Kim truly running from Diddy? And could Al B. Sure be the next target? The comment section is open for your insights and thoughts on these intriguing developments. And while we wait for more updates, make sure to watch our next video for more celebrity drama you never knew you needed.